February 10th, 1763. I'm standing in Parliament watching diplomats sign the Treaty of Paris, officially ending the 7 Years' War. Britain just became the undisputed superpower of the world, and lowkey, I'm the mastermind who made it happen. But here's the thing. This victory is about to create the exact problems that'll tear the empire apart in like 13 years. My name is William Pitt, and this is the AP US History My Story podcast. So let's talk about how I basically won the first actual world war and accidentally set up the American Revolution in the process, because that's some main character energy right there. Winning so hard, you actually lose. When I became British Secretary of State in 1757, we were getting absolutely wrecked. The French were dominating in North America. We'd lost Minorca in the Mediterranean, and our so-called allies were useless. The previous government was running this war like a group project where nobody does the work. It was giving incompetence energy. But I had this crazy idea. Instead of playing defense and trying to protect everything, why not go full offense? Pour money into the American colonies, let them fight alongside British regulars, and take the whole damn continent. Revolutionary concept. Actually trust the colonists and give them resources. Wild, right? I started what became the 7 Years' War against the French, with North America as the prize. I'm talking unlimited military spending, and I mean unlimited. Parliament was like, Pitt, dude, this is crazy expensive. And I'm like, bet, but imagine owning half the world. I spent money we didn't have in a war we couldn't afford to lose. Sound familiar? Yeah, the USA would use this exact playbook later. Then the victories started rolling in. Louisburg in 1758, that was the fortress everyone said couldn't be taken. Quebec in 1759, General Wolfe literally scaled cliffs at night to surprise the French. That's not normal behavior, but I picked commanders who understood the assignment. Montreal in 1760, game over for New France. By the time we're signing this treaty in 1763, we've taken Canada, Florida, and everything east of the Mississippi. France is basically deleted from North America. Spain gets Louisiana as a consolation prize for being France's ally and losing. It's giving participation trophy energy. But here's where it gets spicy. The colonists are celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl, thinking they're equal partners in this victory. They fought, they died, they spent their money, and now they're expecting to be treated like actual British citizens. Oh, that's adorable. Meanwhile, back in London, Parliament's looking at the bill for this war, £137 million, which in today's money is like actually insane, and they're thinking, who should pay for this? Maybe the people who benefited from it. Spoiler alert, that means the American colonies. So my buddy George Grenville takes over and immediately starts with the Stamp Act in 1765. When colonists complain, he's like, you're being dramatic, it's just taxes. He doesn't understand that it's not about the money, it's about respect. I spent years treating colonists as partners, and now Grenville's treating them like ATMs. Looking back from the future, it's actually insane how fast this victory turned into disaster. 13 years. That's all it took to go from God save the king to give me liberty or give me death. You'll hear from Patrick Henry about that one. The really wild part, some of the colonists who fought with us in this war would lead the revolution against us. George Washington, he learned military tactics fighting for Britain in this war. We literally trained our own replacement. That's some Shakespeare-level irony there. Epilogue, I died in 1778, right in the middle of the American Revolution, collapsing in Parliament while arguing against withdrawing troops from America. Even at the end, I understood what my successors didn't. You can't build an empire and military victories alone. You need the consent of the governed, and we lost that the moment we stopped treating colonists as partners. The 7 Years' War made Britain the undisputed world champion, for exactly 13 years anyway. Then our former teammates started their own league, and suddenly we're the village and origin story for a whole new country. Like, follow, and share the AP US History My Story podcast, because these stories hit different when you hear the original voices that shaped our country.